our new OSIS team. Today we are going to be talking about experiences as a HighScoper. To do this, we wanted to compare a new student's experience so far with the older students. My name is Bellva and I represent the older student. These are...
So I'm Karen, I'm from the class 89A, and I'm the leader of Design and Media.
Hi everyone, my name is Nabila. I am a student from 89B and it is my second year in HSKG.
Alright, so let's continue to our conversation. Yes. What's it like being a new student during the pandemic?
Okay, so to start off, generally speaking, it is never easy moving to a different school, right? Like the transition from one school to a new one can be especially nerve-wracking, I would say. But it is definitely normal to be nervous about heading to a new learning environment. Because personally, the idea of having new teachers, new classrooms, and new friends can be really scary. And another factor, once again, I did not get a chance to visit the school during the beginning of my first year in 7th grade because of the pandemic. And usually when I go to my new schools previously, I would like to take a tour of my school. So I would go with my parents to visit the school and find out where my classroom is, as well as other important places. Like at that time, even if the learning process is still online, home-based interactive learning, I still wanted to visit the school, to first familiarize myself with that community. But once again, because of the pandemic, that was not quite possible.
Yeah. Okay, so I started high school at 6-7 as a 7th grader, and then now I'm 8-9, right? And let me tell you, both of them are completely different experiences. So, okay, 6-7, I don't know anything. I don't understand high school terms, right? Like PDR, MGC, and what is that? The guest speaker, right? I don't understand anything. I don't understand. So like 6-7, totally not. I don't understand anything. It was very hard. But now 8-9, heaven.
Wow, okay.
Okay, now we would like to know what our first impressions of HighScope propagating.
Impressions.
Yes. Alright, let's start with me. So, I started HighScope when I was in first grade, so I didn't really remember the exact detail, but I remembered that I cried because I wasn't trialed in the same class with my friend.
Oh my god.
Students in my class were really nice and I felt comfortable. Next.
Yeah. That's another thing, trials, right?
Yeah.
Karen, you joined trial, and Bellva, as the story mentioned before, she also joined trial. But the thing is, I did not, so that just added to the scary factor of me being a new student in HSKG propagating because I did not get a chance to do trial.
Yes,
But regarding my first impressions of HSKG propagating, I would say the first thing I noticed was it was a very welcoming school and it was very positive. Another thing, the teachers, I would like to give the teachers an appreciation because they work so hard to, of course, teach us academically, but they also put so much effort in communicating and socializing with us students. Like, for example, during morning advisory, I noticed that the activities for me were always engaging. And I feel like that's a huge part of school, like social life. It creates the foundation for making us feel comfortable with the school community. So props to the teachers and the welcoming community.
Yes. Okay, so Right, Nabila, you mentioned that I tried, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is a fact. And there was like, I still remember vividly that there was this one girl that told me, I'm gonna be your bodyguard. Like, she said it with a straight face that I was so shocked, but I was so, like, so.
Yeah, like imagine someone telling you that they'll be your bodyguard.
I don't know, like, I was super scared, like, because like, at like, elementary, most boys, not all boys, most boys are so scary. They beat me up. So I was traumatized by men, right? Well, elementary, okay? And to know that she said, I will be your bodyguard. I don't know who you are, but if you remember me, please contact at HighScope DMs, please.
Yes.
All right. Since you guys are new students, now we will talk about the changes you see in HighScope from your last school.
Okay, so for me, there was not really like a major change or any significant change that I could see. The learning process, the curriculum, they were the same, but the only difference was my social life, because I did not get to know the people here as much as I did in my previous school, because I moved here when the pandemic started once again. And I don't think that was really a great start for me, because the first thing when you go to school, you're always excited for the friends, you're meeting new people, socializing, but yeah, that was not quite possible when I moved here. Because of the pandemic, but because of the very welcoming community here, I definitely got through it. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Nabila, Bellva, you're from HighScope, right? But in different,
Mm-hmm.
Me, however, I am the one who suffered the most. So, as I said earlier, literally, I did not understand a single thing in high school. Because I come from St. Peter. It's a Catholic school. It's very different. Okay, so St. Peter is very, very strict, right? Like, not too strict, but, they're like normal schools. This is abnormal, but it's a good abnormal. It's a nice change. So, like, high school is good. High school is good.
That's great.
Alright, now let's start talking about socializing. Did you get friends in the last 2 years when the pandemic started? I'll start with me. Okay, so I wasn't really good at socializing online, so I didn't get any friends in 6-7, but I still managed to work together in groups since I already know most of the students in high school already.
Okay.
I do have friends now in A9.
Wow, that's great. Okay, in my case though, I moved here when I was in 7th grade. Yes, I did eventually make new friends because the people were really nice here and they were very friendly. And at the beginning, like right on day 1, there wasn't really like a chance to actually socialize with other people because it was only the introduction and it was not, it was not like a great place to start socializing with people, but eventually with activities at school and group works, I eventually familiarize myself with other people, and when I'm doing group works or group projects, I eventually also started making new friends. Yeah.
Okay, so we all can agree that the 6-7, when the pandemic first started, we did not get friends.
Yeah.
Because I certainly didn't get friends at all. Because, like, first of all, who would want to be friends with a new student? Well, no offense, no. Just me. And an older student, but like, I mean, like a 7th grade new student. You don't know. You know, like, okay. I mean, I guess at the best case scenario, I did get 1 to 5 friends. Thank you. But Like my classroom was very nice to socialize with, and I got a lot of friends.
Social life is very important, yes.
Yes.
Continuing about friends, how did you actually make friends online? Okay. Let's start with me. So I made most of them from group works and classes, and it's a way to connect to each other. Yes.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like group works and group projects, they're actually very good for socializing, and I have made so many friends through group works and group projects. But another thing I'd like to mention though is the use of social media during home-based interactive learning.
Social media.
Oh, it plays a huge part. Like I had a few people reach out to me through social media, like for example Instagram, and they are now one of my great friends. So yeah, the power of social media. Social media! Social media revolution! Understand?
But like, oh yeah. Right, so my friends, questionable, but nice. So, okay, not most of my friends are like this, yeah. Not most of you guys. But like some of my friends, they are very, interesting. Like one of them, I will not mention their name. They're not at HighScope anymore, but like one of them, in 6-7, they were just like targeting me to become their friend, but targeting me nicely,
Like respectfully.
respectfully.
Wow.
Like, you better be my friend or I'll eat your knees. Like,
wow. Imagine someone saying that to you.
Be my friend or I'll eat your knees.
yeah, this is a real life example of how that would execute. Don't do that often.
All right, thank you, Karen and Nabila, for sharing. This is where we end our podcast. Thank you for watching our podcast. Please give a like button and subscribe our channel. See you next time.
Bye.
Say
Oh,
bye.
bye.
Watch our second
Follow my
episode.
Instagram. Follow my Instagram. Bye.
Everyone, welcome to our
Sorry, cut.